Hello, friends and family. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. A lot of you guys have been texting me and Sky's family as well, making sure that we're safe, and we certainly are. We have been traveling a lot the past couple days, and we also got stuck, I say, in a in the festivities of the new year in Colombia. We had an amazing time. Stay tuned because what we've got coming next is gonna be wild, it's gonna be crazy, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So stay tuned, be patient with us, and talk to you soon. So I wanted to share with you guys our last few days at YutopiaLab because we have a lot of content for it. And there's a couple things that in our last video talking about YutopiaLab that we did not share that I just want to add in. We ended up spending New Year's there. We went to bed at our usual time, but the neighbors were partying all night long through to the next morning. The good news is we woke up just before midnight at 11:58. We stepped outside. We got to hear all of the finale fireworks going off and the music. It was awesome. The owner's son came that evening as well and brought all of his friends, and they wanted us to play soccer with them in the nearest town called El Treinta. So the next day we went into town and we show up at the community soccer field where there was 40 or so locals playing football. We started a new game. Everybody from YutopiaLab was there. A wholesome experience. It reminded me of playing spike ball on the beach. It was a really great time. We really enjoyed it. And it's just one of those things that you get to experience when you're traveling to a new place that you're not really expecting to get into. So the family took the car, so we had to get back somehow, and there were no buses at the time that we were leaving. So we took a tuk-tuk, which was a great time. My first time riding a tuk-tuk, and it was great. Yum, what'd you get?
I have caramel corn.
Show them the... So our last official work day at YutopiaLab was a great time. We did some cleaning up around the farm. We helped them build a new trail that they're working on and some crop maintenance as well as some harvesting. I was tasked to remove these orange flowers that what it is, it's a vine that produces orange flowers, and it completely wrapped around this elderberry tree, suffocating it, pulling it back to the ground. And the owner wanted me to remove it from the elderberry tree, and it took me about an hour and a half. It really wasn't a lot of work, but it was a very meditative task or job. I enjoyed it a lot, and as I was doing it, it made me think about human sin and how it can completely engulf us, aka the elderberry tree. So as I'm removing all the vines from the tree, it made me think about how Jesus removes the sin from our heart, and it was a really cool experience. I really enjoyed it. I made it a spiritual task, even though it was just something that we needed to get done. Anyways, nonetheless, it was still a good time. I'm going to show you guys a short video here. Last point that I want to make is eating community meals with everybody as we had talked about in our last video, everybody took turns cooking each meal. Everybody took turns doing the dishes, and it worked out really well that way. We also got the cultural exchange. Everyone got to share their different skills with cooking or the different meals that they knew how to cook. So that was interesting to know. The community meals was something that really stood out to me and something that I really enjoyed. It was structured and loosely structured. We had a sound bowl right before we would eat our meals that we would ring the sound bowl, and it left room for individual prayer. You know, not everyone there was of the same religion, which is okay. And it just left room for gratitude, prayer, or just a moment of silence before we began to eat. Also, just to add, we ate a lot of the food. Most of the food that we ate there was grown on the farm, so a lot of it was lacking a lot of things, but also getting that experience. You know, it makes you appreciate the conveniences that we do have while also enjoying the fruits of your labor, harvesting the food that you actually eat. So they actually live by that principle there, and that was really cool because I've been to other farms before and it was always supplemented with other food. But this place, they were pretty adamant about just eating the food that they got there. We were sad to leave, but wanted to keep traveling. So we packed up our things and began to head to Ecuador. The capital of Ecuador is Quito, where we are going to spend more time learning from a family that has a cattle ranch and they produce Greek yogurt. So stay tuned, guys. Can't wait to share that with you. We're actually here now. Everyone's getting here. We're going to have a family meal, and I'm looking forward to that. So stay tuned for our travels and our mini journal entries here. Thanks for watching. Hasta pronto.